He's just very sleepy. He's tired. Okay? He's tired. He needs to take a nappy nap. And shame on all of you. I know for a fact that I have never said one mean thing about Joe Biden. So shame on you. But getting all serious here, apparently, the White House is saying Biden doesn't suffer from dementia. He's just sleepy. He's just tired. So in other words, sleepy, creepy Joe Biden is an actual thing. But let's give it up for the people at CNN. By the way, this is a perfect pause. You got one CNN anchor, eyes closed, another one looking very tired. I think they're tired of all the lying. The lying is consuming their soul.
Apparently, the president apologized to everyone in the room, saying this is not an excuse, but it is an explanation. And he blamed the extensive foreign travel that he did in the lead up to the CNN debate for his poor performance. Just a reminder for everyone, he did go to France for the D-Day anniversary, and then he turned right.
Yes, he went to France to do a D-Day in his pants. Hey, I think that rhymes. Yes, he went to France to do a D-Day in his pants. No, not really. Anyway, sorry. Just having a little afterthought there. But yes, he was tired because he was doing a world tour.
Back around and went to Italy for the G7 summit. And he told the room, I didn't listen to my staff. So the suggestion there being his staff did not think this was a good idea. And then he apparently said, I almost fell asleep on stage. I just want to unpack this new.
I think I almost fell asleep on the stage. No, come on. That would have been funny. You know, they're debating and Trump is like, hey, guys, I think he's asleep. And Biden's are like, shh. Quickly, get Biden a CPAP machine.
Explanation for a second, as the explanation for why his debate performance was so bad. I find it a little bit puzzling, and frankly, I'm not sure that a lot of people are going to find this reassuring. If anything, some folks might hear this and be even more concerned. Yes, there were 2 foreign trips in the lead up to the June 27th CNN debate, but he returned from Italy on June 15th. The debate, again, was on June.
When the Italian prime minister was babysitting him. And thank you, Italy's prime minister. Thank you for taking care of old man Biden. We appreciate your help.
27. So we're talking about roughly 12 days in between when he was back in the States. And remember, a part of those 12 days, about a full week, he actually spent with his advisors at Camp David for the sole purpose of really focusing on debate prep. So why is the president falling asleep on the debate stage at the hours of 9 p.m. to 10:30?
Hey, folks. Hey, all of you watching. Let's have democracy in the chat. Yes, delicious democracy. Do you believe this hopium copium spin that the White House and corporate media is starting to say that Biden was just sleepy? Type 1 for Kit. It's exhausting being president of the United States. Maybe if you learned hard work, you'd understand it too. It's very tiring. He's doing a lot of important things that you couldn't do. How dare you? So yes, he was a little sleepy. That's about it. He's fine. Type 2, man, I believe in this bullshit. Man, he's old man Biden. He's confused. He's senile. Yeah, he's probably sleepy, but he's also senile and dealing with the past. He's reliving 1970 all over again. I wonder how many 2s will be in the chat. And people say I rig my elections. I rig my voting. I'm not rigging anything. I'm just giving you a real clear choice. But apparently, Biden doesn't suffer from dementia, according to the White House. U.S. President Joe Biden does not have Alzheimer's or dementia and knows how to do the job, said the White House press secretary, as she told reporters. Apparently, but again, she says that his mental fitness is legitimate. Appearing visibly confused, Biden mixed up his words and struggled to finish sentences during last week's debate against former President Donald Trump. The 81-year-old's performance has been declared a disaster by American news organizations and Democratic Party donors. Because remember, folks, listen, it's not the donors. It's not the voters. Boy, I think I'm getting secondhand dementia from this. It's not the voters that run the Democratic Party. It's the donors. The donors will always supersede the voters, okay? Donors have more power than voters. And so when their money's at risk, they're going to be making some phone calls. Some who would call Biden to immediately suspend his reelection campaign. So let's look at this. Let's look at this hopium copium defense from the White House press secretary. Madam Secretary, press secretary, the floor is yours.
The administration strongly criticized the media for clips showing the president appearing to be confused, freezing at times, and you called it cheap fakes, misinformation, disinformation. In one case, even implied that it was the product of artificial intelligence, calling it deep fakes.
Remember that? She said all of those were deep fakes. Listen, I don't know about y'all, but that debate, that wasn't no deep fake. In fact, hold on. You know what? I'm going to have more democracy because we don't have it. We live in a constitutional republic, but we don't have democracy. About that debate that happened last week. Was that a deep fake? Type 3 for yes, Kit. That was a deep fake. That wasn't the real Joe Biden. That was Trump and Russia playing with our TV. Type 4, man. Joe Biden's a senile old bat. This is deep fake. It's all real, man. All of it.
Do you have any regret over using that language?
Not at all. Not at all. And let me be clear. It was a certain part of the media. And, I mean, you can speak to this better than I can. A certain part of the media which was doing this. And look, independent.
What's certain part of the media? What's certain part? Who?
Mainstream fact checkers in the press and misinformation experts have been calling out cheap fakes. And at the end of the day, they're fakes. That's what they were. Targeting the president. They had said, the reporters and these misinformation experts said that this president was being targeted. And what we did was echo them. That's what we did. And
boy, oh boy, that hopium copium, man. Give me a slice of that pie. Hopium copium pie. Come on. What are the ingredients of a hopium copium pie right there? So in other words, they can't face or wake up to reality. Hey, vote blue no matter who. I'm loving seeing you guys twist yourself into pretzels. I mean, you better hope for your mental sakes so that none of you have a breakdown on election night that, you know, people at least do come out to support Biden. Because here's the thing. I've been seeing the polling numbers. Trump is knocking your guy out. He is light years ahead. And in comparison, Biden versus Trump on that debate that happened last week, Thursday, I mean, you made Trump look like an all-star performer. And that's sad. Very sad, vote blue.
And look, we'll certainly continue to call that out. And the cheap fakes didn't come from me. I didn't coin that. I didn't come from this White House or this podium. That came from the media. They called it cheap fakes. And they said this President Biden, was being targeted on misinformation. It was purposefully being done to this president. And what we did is we echoed that. So I don't regret it at all.
No regrets. No regrets.
It was just the facts.
But there's more. There's more.
Pelosi asked, Pelosi said it's a legitimate question to ask if this is an episode or is this is a condition. Which one is it?
Well, what I can tell you is that he had a cold and a bad night. I would not see this as an episode.
He had a cold and a bad night, and he was tired. He was sleepy.
I would see this as what it was and what we believe it to be, which is it was a bad night. And he did, on top of that, he had a cold. And that is the reality of the situation. That is the reality of what happened that night.
What happened that night? Well, Torwin said, so absurd. They showed a demented man being demented. Pretty much it. See, it was a cold. Probably her hair is a deep fake too. Be nice. Why is my audience so mean? I've been reading some of the live stream chats here. Listen, folks, I know we're enjoying the liberal meltdown and we're eating it like a fine dining experience, okay? All right, that's how we're treating it, right? It's like a night out at Hell's Kitchen. You know, Gordon Ramsay's yelling at his cooks for screwing things up. But I expect you guys to behave yourselves. Where did you guys and gals learn to be so mean? And if any one of you type in the comments section, we learned it from watching you. Shame on you. Good job. One more, because it's pure gold. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Let me go ahead and pull this up here. Sorry about that.
I'm going to ask something delicate, and you may not like it. The president may not like to hear it if he's watching, but I think the American people need to get a yes or no answer on this. Does President Biden, at 81 years old, have Alzheimer's, any form of dementia, or degenerative illness that cause these sorts of lapses? And it's a yes or no question. And if you don't know, why don't you, as one of his senior staff members, know?
I have an answer for you. Are you ready for it?
Yes.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. It's a no. Is he demented?
It's a no. And I hope you're asking the other guy the same exact question.
Is Trump demented? But here, we got a little bit of a highlight video reel. Joe Biden.
Put the baby down, then we decide what to do with it. So he's willing to, as we say, rip the baby out of the womb in the 9th month and kill the baby.
And listen, folks, this is just a collage video of Biden looking confused.
Nobody wants that.
There he is sleeping right next to the president of France. And there's Justin Trudeau there too.
Les énormes obus de nos navires de guerre. Certains de ces
Yet another chapter in the beautiful story of friendship between the United States of America and the Jewish and democratic state of Israel. Both of us who seek to do good and need to be strong. Both of us who are
by someone they may have never met before. We are a community that relies on family.
By the way, just so y'all know, this infamous shot right here is when Joe Biden went to visit the people of Lahaina in Hawaii on the island of Maui. Where the same Joe Biden who regaled the victims of that devastating fire, the most devastating fire in Hawaii's history and in U.S. history. He regaled them with a tale of how his kitchen caught on fire for about 20 minutes. So he knows what it's like to lose everything, even though his house was still standing.
On Ohana, whether by blood or by friendship. But like many others, my son's home burned down.
Hold on, I gotta mute because of copyright. But there's Joe Biden. He's awake. What? He's asleep. There he I like how the guy looks like, damn, is the president asleep? And there's the Italian prime minister. Thank you, Italy's prime minister, for looking out for our old guy. We appreciate it. We here at Heartlands Media appreciate what Italy's prime minister did. Well done. Way to represent us Italians. Good job. So what can we take away from this? There's a massive collective denial by the Democratic Party, by the White House, because they're not coming to terms with the fact that, yes, Biden is a senile old goat. He is not well aware of his environment. He doesn't know what's happening. He is sleepy. He is demented. He is senile. He has Alzheimer's. I mean, let's face it, the man is not in his peak prime. He's 81 years old. Now, look, I've seen my fair share of senior citizens be sharp and on point. You know, my grandpa who passed away at 96, you know, before he passed away, I have to say this, he was more put together than Biden was on that stage, and Biden's 81. All right, but I've seen other family members of mine suffer from dementia and Alzheimer's. But I'm sure all of you saw that too, when you're taking care of your relatives, or you've seen friends taking care of family members who are suffering from senior family members suffering from a decline in mental capability. I mean, Biden, president of the United States, is not all there. And this is rather concerning because Democrats, you did this to yourselves. And the White House is openly lying to the American people. I mean, it's not the first time any presidential administration lied to the people. But if we look at in regards towards a president doing his job and being competent at it. You know, I mean, let's face it, the people, humans, respond and respect strength. So I just want to bring up this comparison. You have FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, longest serving president in U.S. history, suffered from polio, couldn't walk. Then you have Joe Biden. Both men, clearly, again, their time in the White House, physically frail. However, perception drives reality. Roosevelt, being president, was able to show through his words and through his charisma strength and lead us out of the Depression and become a wartime leader during the Second World War. Joe Biden, on the other hand, he's not physically or mentally fit. And throughout the entire 4 years of his administration, there has been blunder after blunder, stutter after stutter, embarrassing incident after embarrassing incident. It's night and day. Joe Biden is not mentally fit for the job. And it's not me being mean. I'm just telling you the facts. And this White House is willing to lie. They're willing to lie to the American people. They're willing to lie to us in order to make this fake notion that everything's going to be fine when it's not.